All right. Well, that was a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
He didn't really seem to have time to try to develop a consensus with us on what optimal strategy was. I was delighted that he does seem to agree that getting things decentralized back down to the precincts would be a good starting point. Yeah, that by itself would be big.
Yeah, the problem is though the votes are not being segregated by the precinct. They're being put in one big giant, box or boxes, and they don't get divided or separated.
That's because of the policy that is designed to perpetrate the corruption.
That's right.
If we return to the constitutional common law method, any vote results that have not been tabulated by the precinct captain of the precinct, nonpartisan, are null and void.
Yeah.
They have to be tabulated at the precinct level, bearing the precinct captain's signature, or else they're not legitimate in county, state, or national elections. Just as simple as that is what our Supreme Court of Law could be declaring, and I bet you we could get a lot of people to defer to us on an issue like that if we were declaring that to be the law of the land.
In Broward County, they've already disposed of the 2020 ballots against and violating federal law. But it's only the feds that can charge them and prosecute them.
That's a lie. You've been fed a lie there, Michael.
Well, we don't have the enforcement power to.
That's a separate issue. Enforcement separate from the judicial process, sir.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that completely, but we are in no position, to be able to bring forth prosecution and have it stand up in court.
Problems are going to continue until we assume that power, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to assume it and then go to jail. I would like to try to do this with, a group.
This is not a battle for the timid.
No, but I'd like to do it wisely and with.
You can't win a war in captivity.
Right.
You got to stay on the battle lines.
Yeah, we're more valuable out here and not in jail, and I just think that we need to raise our numbers and make noise, and the evidence. We get the evidence. They out there in Maricopa County, they get the evidence and they prove that it was an election theft. I think it's going to explode. We have a chance to really make a difference here if we can support these people and make a lot of noise and get attention, and hopefully, the noisy wheel gets the grease.
Well. I'm dedicated to more direct confrontation of the evil, and I get frustrated with solutions that I'm not optimistic are going to produce any significant long-term change.
I agree.
A little bit of background, if I might.